Hi there, it's Gabrielle Nicolay from SpeechKids, where we teach little kids to talk and help parents understand their little kids. And we're going to talk about trust, which is not so much a feeling as a state of mind um, and sort of an optimal neurophysiological state of being, but highly desirable because when we trust someone, it puts us in that like delicious, cozy, high oxytocin, high relatedness, connection vibe, which is what we want, particularly between adults and their caregivers, between kids and their caregivers, but between all people, really. Like that connection, that sense of security, and being able to lean into somebody is like the most delicious thing about being a parent is to create that connection with your child. And so how do we do that? Because that becomes the primary question, right? And I think it might feel a little bit counterintuitive, but the way we do that is by establishing rules and routines and boundaries that fit the developmental stage of the child. And so that's where we have to be a little bit careful, right? Because we're not going to expect, for example, a 2-year-old to clean up their room. But we might expect a 5-year-old to do that. And wherever you are on room cleaning, I'm a total room cleaning agnostic. It's not important. The details are not important so much as what is the container? What is the boundary? Where are the limits for you as a parent that you are demonstrating to your child that are firm and appropriate developmentally, that you're not going to change? Or that you are going to change when the opportunity presents itself and the developmental trajectory is telling you that it's okay to do. So I'm going to give you an example. In my house, when my kids were little, we used to have dessert sometimes. And when my daughter in particular, my son was always a kid who could handle sometimes, and some kids can handle sometimes, even if they're very young. So some 2-year-olds can handle a sometimes rule. Sometimes we have dessert, sometimes we don't, and they're okay with that. But some kids can't. Even when they are 3, 4, 5, we're starting to get into an age where their little brains can understand sometimes, but some kids are not ready. So we were having dessert some of the time. This was really problematic for my daughter. She would pitch a fit every time she wanted to have dessert, and I would say, no, we're not going to have dessert tonight. She would have a meltdown. So then I had a decision to make. Either I was going to eliminate dessert always, or have dessert always, or make some kind of rule that was going to make sense to her. Now, at the time, she knew the days of the week. So this is the key part of the information, right? Because developmentally, she could understand different days of the week. If you've got a kid who can't understand that yet, then this strategy is not going to work. This particular rule is not going to work for you. But basically what I said was, on days that have a T, that begin with T, we're going to have dessert. And on all the other days, we're not going to have dessert. So what did I do? I created a predictable structure and routine for her to know when she was going to get her dessert. I didn't leave it up to chance. I didn't leave it up to my own sort of, oh no, we're not going to do that. And it matched with my values because I didn't want to be having dessert every day. And dessert at our house is ice cream, so just so you know. So she got that really quick. And all the meltdowns disappeared. All the discussion disappeared. I didn't have to do anything other than say, when she would ask on a Wednesday, is it a dessert night? I would say, well, Wednesday starts with a W, and so no, it's not a dessert night. And that was the end. So here's why I was able to do that, and here's why the tantrums didn't happen after that, which is what I didn't ever say on a Wednesday was, you know what? You've been doing such a great job with just the Tuesday, Thursday rule that today's Wednesday and we're going to have dessert today. I didn't do that. because that would have demonstrated to her that the rule wasn't actually a rule, right? That the boundary wasn't actually a boundary, and that would have destabilized her trust in me. And so I was really clear in this particular example, and I'm taking a really small example, but this happens all the time. It can happen throughout the day where our kids are depending on us to keep our word and to keep trust with them that we are going to do the things that we say we're going to do. And so the flip side is try not to say things you're not willing to follow through on, which is super hard. But it matters, because in order to get to that feeling of connectedness, of trust, of total openness to another person, that's really what we need. We need to know the world is safe and predictable and taken care of by the adults. So with that, I wish you all the best. Until next time, take care.